Hey there, Capricorn fam. How's it going? Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be a tarot reading to see if we can pick up on what kind of positive vibes do you have to look forward to in February of 2025. Okie dokie. I'm going to go ahead and I've already pre-shuffled and we're going to cut the decks together, starting with the archetypes. Oh, beginning with the lover. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, reveling in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake, with no expectations or rules about what should be. It's a lot of quotations, Kim. Rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. My goodness, Capricorns. Well then, February 2025, eh? What about the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck? It's a time for healing, not war. And what is really good at helping to assist in healing, especially after you've said something that you kind of wished you could take back? Love. Because that's what this card is about. You said something, fam. You said something. Don't burn something down to the ground unless you have a plan to build something better in its place. But it's too late for that, isn't it? You got angry. You pointed fingers. You called for war. And war is exactly what you got. Now it's time for healing and reparation. Now that it's time for healing and reparations, what's your plan? You need to take the same initiative and determination you had when this started and figure it out. Never neglect your intuition. Okay, but these two together, the vibe that I'm getting is when it comes to relationships, you're currently concerned about what you do with them. Like maybe in the past, you didn't take them as seriously as they deserved, or you were too busy working and you didn't have the time to be able to put into relationships, to be able to nurture and build those relationships, right? But something tells me that, now's a little, no. Let's see if we can get some clarification with the tarot cards, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's YouTube. Let's lighten the mood either way, right? I tend to think of the tarot as its own story, right? So what's chapter 1? The 9 of Pentacles. Well, golly. So this speaks of you've done all the hard work. It's already done. And now you're enjoying the fruits of your labor. But the 9 is also speaking of the ending of cycles, that's nearing. Because 9 comes before 10, right? And 10 is boosh, the completion of a cycle, the ending of a chapter, right? So the vibe I'm getting is you've been working really hard and you've been hyper-focused, but you haven't been enjoying yourself. You haven't been giving yourself that chance to breathe once a project is done or a goal is met. And you need to, whether you need to go to a spa retreat or you need to be doing some meditating, you need some retail therapy, whatever it may be, right? Don't, keep your wits about you. Like, you don't just spend all your money. But you know what I mean? The pentacles aren't just money, though. They're everything. They're earth, right? All these seeds planted. And this isn't just, oh, this is a great harvest this season. This is everything's worked out. Everything's come to fruition, right? Again, the fruits of your labor, right? And you're able to enjoy yourself. But she's got this bird. Oh, it's cold enough that the heater has come on. I always have to turn it off because it's an old furnace and it's loud as heck. So please and thank you for your patience. This is a Virgo card. I just did that reading. The fact that I just noticed that right now is kind of, I feel like it's trying to remind me of it's like a vibe check from that particular, that it's a thriving card, right? It's thriving. So let's see, before I get ahead of myself, let's see what's coming up with chapter 2. Boosh, praise, recognition. Everybody else is now able to see your work, right? Maybe this has been stuff that people had no idea that you were working on, right? You kept it secret, whether you're an artist, a performer, or in business, right? And now they get to see it and they get to enjoy it as well, right? But I always notice this horsey. I can't help it because to me, this horse is like darn tootin'. Like they knew the whole time, right? They knew it was great. They knew that, they know that this praise is what they deserve, right? Whatever it is, you won. You won. What's chapter 3? The swords. The Queen of Swords has seen some shit. She's been through some things. And now she has the clarity and the presence of mind to, she's got that wisdom gained, right? She's really good at keeping debates friendly, at being able to hear somebody else's opinion without being easily persuaded, right? Because she knows what she's speaking on. She knows that she's got that conviction for a reason, right? She's not confused. And she's not led astray anymore. She's got that wisdom. She's got that intuition, right? This is a lot of thriving that I'm seeing going on here. What's chapter 4? Boosh. The battle's done, fam. It's time to be resurrected and be reborn, right? It's time. Look, I'm not feeling karma with this one. I'm feeling like what I was saying about this one, that this is speaking of an ending of a cycle coming in, right? And this is kind of like, it's funny that they're on either side, right? This is like, yep. That shit's done, right? And it's time to thrive. It's time to live anew. You know what I mean? This is a very religious picture. But I'm reminded of my favorite Neville Goddard question. How would you feel if you were free? Like, don't worry about the details anymore, right? Don't worry about the specifics. Like, oh, these are the things I will get when I'm rich, right? I'm going to get that nifty car because then it won't matter how much it costs for tune-ups or insurance, right? This is how would you feel if you were free, if you knew better, if you knew that you were secure on your throne and in your life and with your projects and your passions and your dedication to things, to your projects and your ideas that you've planted, right? And everything coming to fruition. Now, what's coming up underneath the Nine of Pentacles? Wow, we got 2 9s. Confirmation built. Okay. Fam, do you see what I see? This is not only 2 9s, this is 2 Virgo cards. Okay. So that brings up the caregiver portion of the program. Now this hermit has left everything, like left behind the praise, left behind the everything, and has gone up and on words. Why am I fumbling over my words? Has gone up on top of that mountain and separated himself from everyone else so that he can get better in touch with himself and remember the sound of his own heartbeat. I find it really interesting that the Hermit card is coming up after Judgment, right? It speaks, like the first thing on here, it says soul searching. And the thing that gets me about the Hermit is there's a star inside of that lantern. That's what's leading him. And the Star card speaks of hopes and dreams, but it also speaks of the ability to shine. You are the light. You shine. When it's dark, you're the beacon, right? While there's this blue sky behind him, he's wearing gray. So it's like trying to come out of the dark, come out of the muck and the mire and the confusion of the world and what everybody else has to say, but not wanting to be biased about it, right? An impartial tap, that's confirmation, right? And in this deck, these figures are gray. In this printing, impartiality, no unbiased, you know, that's becoming very important. There's a lot of gray here too. That's becoming very important to you, right? Not wanting to be led by emotions and not necessarily letting your subconscious, your id, and that ego control things, right? Your heart, your soul. What is your life purpose? What are you really here to do this round? If that resonates, right? What's coming up underneath the Six of Wands? Jeez Louise with these numbers right now. The Seven of Pentacles. So before we get there, we have a lot of work to do, right? And this is speaking of working and working and working and working and kind of taking a moment to be like, what the fuck? When is this gonna, you know, like, when is this gonna come up? When is everything gonna work out? So maybe the fact that it's coming up underneath the Six of Wands is like, maybe you've had moments within whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're cultivating and focused on. Like, it's taken time and energy and diligence, and you've been worried that it wasn't going to work out or it's not going to work out. And maybe you're being assured that of course it's going to work out, right? Why wouldn't it? So if you need to take a breather and have a sanity check, then you do so. Okay? Now what about the Queen of Swords? What's coming up underneath that? The Two of Swords. We got opposite ends of the spectrum occurring in this row. I like to refer to this card as the Never Again card. And since it's coming up underneath the Queen of Swords, we're going to lean that way. Okay? There's so very much that you have been through, that you played your part in. And maybe that's why the Judgment card is here. Have you been judging yourself? Or have you been dealing with people who have judged you for certain things and judged harshly because they don't even understand where you're coming from? So if you're, then, you know, this is also a card about decisions. Either you're struggling to make one and needing to be reminded that even just sitting on your butt and doing nothing is in and of itself a decision, a choice, or you don't, there's a choice, a set of decisions that are coming up this month that you don't even know about yet. And either way, my question is, or my concern is, sorry, make sure that you haven't closed yourself off. Make sure that you remember you haven't been doing anything wrong. Even if you said something that you regret, apologizing can do wonders. Maybe you're not even able to properly communicate that right now. Maybe they shut the door in your face. I don't know. I'm not here to dictate. I'm here to share vibes. Right? You tell me, because either way they're wearing white, which can speak of innocence and purity, but it can also speak of rainbow effect, right? All of the colors being present, right? Everything matters. And anything is possible. We did begin with the Lover card. And that's you, right? Underneath it all, your heart still beats. And maybe that's the difficulty that you're having. You're able to do all this work. You're able to do the things. But oh my goodness, that heart though, that heart needs to be protected. But again, it's coming up underneath the Queen of Swords. She knows. She isn't confused. And the only other two sword cards in the entire deck that have the sword going directly up are the Ace of Swords and Justice. Okay? You know better. Just like this horsey, right? So just be sure that you're not closing yourself off to all of these wonderful things that are possible. The abundance, the love, and all of the things that you do deserve. Okay? Including yourself. What's coming up underneath Judgment? Damn. Okay. The 10 of Swords. This is a very, very painful card. So I know that there have been those who have, you know, stabbed you in the back, who have betrayed you and hurt you. And I know you've tried to play it off like you're fine and you're dandy, and maybe what you said came from the pain of it all. It was reactionary. And that's why you need to remember that if you've been abused, you had a right to react. Okay, fam? But what I also want you to remember is that some of these swords, at least one, you did to yourself. Okay? This is a Dark Night of the Soul type of card. Oh, there's that heater again. It is chilly in here. But I feel like throughout all of this, what you need to remember is, here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. Right? Resurrection. There's always a new dawn. As long as you are breathing, as long as you are alive, anything is possible. And you need to never forget that again. Okay? Believe in yourself. Believe in your hard work. Believe in your soul, your mind, your heart, all of that. We've got a whole bunch of swords, which is, there's a lot on your mind. There's a lot that's weighing you down. That's been really difficult for you to get around and get beyond. But it's not meant to hold you back. It's meant to be wisdom gained. And it's been taking some time and hard work. And you've had a lot of time to think. Or maybe you've been removing yourself recently to really deal with this. To deal with yourself. And it can only help, fam. Just remember to not close yourself off. Please don't close yourself off, because I don't think you're really doing anything wrong. I think that someone in your life taught you wrong and taught you self-infliction and really messed with your self-worth, your concept of self-worth. So whatever people see when they look at you, there's more going on underneath, isn't there? I mean, that's just life, right? But I'm getting the sense that people have no idea about this. And something tells me that there's people in your life that don't belong there. So if any of these sword bearers are still in your life, can you please get them out? And then guess what? You have nothing to worry about. Because with all of that wisdom gained, you've got a good head on your shoulders. And you can smell bullshit coming from a mile away. Notice that this is a blindfold. No, it's clamp. Hell, right? Right? Huh? So you do that soul searching. And you remember what makes your soul purr, my dear Capricorn. Because that's exactly what it should be doing. Okay? And you take this time to heal. All right? And remember that this is the end of a cycle. And it's time to move on. Okay? So maybe you come from, like, you've been seemingly thriving. Everything has been seemingly going well. But underneath it all, this has been torturing you. And it's like, damn, when is everything just going to work out? Well, it'll work out when it's allowed to. No one is in your way but yourself. So please heal and take care of yourself. Take care of your mind. Retrain your subconscious to be nice to you. Because our subconscious has no bias. Our subconscious doesn't care. It's going to spit back out whatever the heck it's been fed. And it's time to feed it some of that good, okay? Whether it's through affirmations, meditation, I'm not going to dictate that for you. You let me know what works, and I hear you. Okay, fam? What's the epilogue to the story? Boosh. Oh, right. The actual Capricorn card. We have penises and breasts. Okay. All right. Okay. There we go. But that chain that's binding those two is loose. So that tells me they're there by choice. And these two cards are kind of going hand in hand. But there's also the word toxicity here. This speaks of addictions. This speaks of darkness. Attachments. Unhealthy coping mechanisms. At least someone is being called out for their unhealthy coping mechanisms. And you are being reminded that you're meant to thrive. You're meant to heal. You're meant to love. And anyone telling you differently needs to either shut the fuck up or take it to the mirror. Okay, fam? Because you don't deserve that. Deep down underneath it all, you don't deserve it. And I think you know that, fam. But we also have a mild chronological action going on here, don't we? The 9 to the 10, the 6 to the 7. We have endings of cycles all over the place, and a reminder to handle this new beginning with respect is what's coming to me. Like, that was then, this is now. And you get to choose what that means. Let February of 2025 be a chance for growth, a chance for healing. letting the sun in to shine on you and allowing you to grow all of these seeds that you've been planting. They're supposed to thrive. Okay, what's on the bottom of the deck? I'm really curious. Boosh! There's the Ace of Wands. My question to you is, are you going to take it? Are you going to accept this gift? This rebirth and resurrection? Are you going to open yourself up to the unknown and all these possibilities that are being presented to you this month? If you're open to them, right? What are the extra notes for this reading? You ever watch that show Eureka on the Sci-Fi Channel back in the day, like a decade ago? One of the main characters was Sheriff Carter, and he was living and taking, working in a town where he was transferred to this town, Eureka, which is basically a, city created for this particular, the words coming to me are research and development. They're all geniuses, right? Oh, what's that one place? Is it in Sweden? Is it in somewhere over there where there's a lot of conspiracy theories about it, but they're always like, no, we're trying to cure cancer over here. You know what I mean? We're using nuclear power for the greater good. And everybody's like, yeah, sure you're. Similar to that, where, you put a bunch of geniuses and a bunch of money into a room and we'll see what comes up. Will the military want to use it? I don't know, but they're part of the funders, you know what I mean? But the deal is, people tend to treat you like you're the stupidest person in the room. Is that resonating with anyone? Because if so, I want names and numbers, because fuck that shit. No, please don't dox people. That was just phrasing. I didn't actually mean it. That is pointing toward this. There are people insulting your intelligence, and you know that you don't deserve that. Right? They may speak over you. They may try to use big words to confuse you, but you know those words, so they can shut up, right? You have that heart and that courage. And you may not know every little freaking thing, although you're curious. Sometimes a little more curious than you need to be. It can be detrimental. But you're still able to handle everything. You're still able to take care of everything, right? You need to trust yourself. You need to remember yourself and enable a new beginning. You can have as many new beginnings as you want, fam. Logic and proportion, confusion, right? Being on an adventure, having no idea where the heck we're going, but you're like, I don't know, shit happens, man. Right? Maybe you're not meant to understand. Maybe you're meant to figure out how to be comfortable in this liminal space and accept that you're not going to always have all the answers, and that that's okay, because you are still meant to thrive. All right? February of 2025 marks the ending of a very painful cycle. Okay? Oh, fam. You're meant to thrive, and others are going to recognize that if they haven't already, okay? So you enjoy the fruits of your labor. We had some really positive vibes come out from the get-go, and a reminder to heal from the get-go, fam. And that's what I want you to remember. Don't close yourself off because you know better. You've gained so much wisdom from all this experience, right? And you've been doing the work. And this healing process is going to take as long as it needs to, okay? And you need to trust that, and you need to trust yourself. Don't force it. Don't force it. Trust yourself, okay? Oh, Pam, you've got this. You've got this. You've got this. It's all good. Oh, thank you so much for joining me in this reading and for keeping me company, even if you sped my freaking babbling ass up. Either way, I appreciate the company. I appreciate the positive vibes that we're all sharing with one another right now, okay? And always remember that I love you.